Otto, you're still in your pajamas?
Yeah, that's right. It's Saturday. And I'm taking the day off.
But it's the first day of school today. You need to be dressed.
Oh, that's not fair.
Why?
Someone has stolen the weekend, and I didn't notice.
Otto, it's Tuesday. You have to go to school just like all the other children here.
But I'm not like the other kids, you know. I'm a purple otter.
Otto, it's the law. You have to go to school unless you're not well.
I've just remembered. I have a sore throat.
Well, Otto, you were fine last night singing in the shower.
It happened at night. Yes, that's it. I've lost my voice.
You have not lost your voice, Otto. You were speaking to me just a minute ago, remember?
That was your conscious speaking.
Look, at the time, this time, you must get dressed.
It's no good. I can't go.
Look, you're not hot. You haven't got a temperature.
I may not feel hot, but just look at me. I look feverish, don't I? Look at my color.
That's your normal color, Otto. You're absolutely fine. Now, come on.
No, I can't go to school today.
But, Otto, you must go to school. There is nothing wrong with you. You'll be fine as soon as you get there and see all your friends and your new teachers.
No, I'm not allowed back at school.
You're being silly now. Of course you're allowed.
I'm not. I've got, you know.
I don't know. Tell me.
It's embarrassing. Besides that, you told me not to say any bad words.
Well, then whisper it to me.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am very sure. I can't hear you, Otto. Say it again a little bit louder.
Fleas.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Fleas!
Fleas?
Yes! Fleas! Fleas! F-L-E-A-S!
You haven't got fleas, Otto. I washed and combed your hair just last night. I didn't see any fleas.
They're microscopic fleas. The otter breed, you know. You need an otterscope to see them, you know, Dennis.
Okay, now, what's the problem? Why do you not want to go to school? You haven't got a cold, Otto. Everyone sneezes now again. Now tell the truth. What has happened?
I've got a heartache, Dennis.
A heartache? Well, I've heard of stomach ache, but what's a heartache?
It's a pain right here.
Well, when did it start?
Last year in math class.
Last year in your math class? Okay, I give up. What happened?
Well, a rubber band accidentally hit my teacher on the back of her head while she was riding on the board.
Well, how did that give you a heartache?
Well, my cousin Romper, he said it was my fault, and he saw me shoot the rubber band.
Well, that wasn't very nice, Otto. But you didn't shoot the rubber band, did you?
Well...
Otto, you didn't, did you?
Well, I must admit, it was a good shot.
Otto.
Well, I didn't mean to. I was bored, and it sort of pinged off the end of my ruler.
Otto, you shouldn't have done that. But there's no good running away from it. What's good is to own up to what you've done, admit it, say you're sorry, and ask your math teacher, and most of all, Jesus, to forgive you. Then, Otto, you'll feel much better inside.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? You're sure?
Otto, don't start that again. I'm certain you will feel a lot happier, and that smile will be back on your face. The smile that God wants you to see because he has forgiven you and loves you.
There. I'm smiling.
That is much better. Now, get dressed for your first day of school.
Okay, but can we sing a song together before I do?
Sure, but make it quick or you'll be late for school.
Okay.
Robin's Craft Corner comes up next.
Yay!
Have a great week as you go back to school, and we'll see you next week.
Yay!
Hi, welcome to Miss Robin's Craft Corner. Today we're going to make a pencil holder out of a can. So I hope you remembered to save an empty can for tonight's craft. I have a soup can here and a vegetable can. So hopefully you saved one of those. They're nice and clean and dry and ready to go. Now the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we've gathered all the supplies that we're going to need for today's craft. I've got tape. Of course, I've got some new pencils with some new erasers because everybody should have those because it's back to school. Hopefully, a dime, a paper punch, your scissors, a black marker, and I have these fancy punches, but I'll show you how to make the eyes that we need on our can with the dime. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is take your can that you're going to be working with. You want to make sure that your piece of paper goes around the can so it meets in the back, so it overlaps just a little bit. Now, if your can is a little bit bigger than a soup can, like my vegetable can was, you're going to have to turn your paper this way so you make sure that it goes around the can and overlaps. Okay? Now, the first thing that we want to do is, hopefully you have a ruler. I know that I need my paper to go this way around my can. So what I'm going to do, I want a 1-inch strip. So you find the 1-inch mark on your ruler and you lay the 1 so it's right at the edge of your paper. And then you take your pencil and mark at the end of the ruler like so. Okay? You just keep going down your paper a little bit like this. Okay, make sure that the 1 is at the edge of your paper. And then the lines that we've made on this piece of paper, we're going to take our ruler and make sure that those lines match up. Okay, you should be able to see those lines at the edge of your ruler. Then you take your pencil and you just draw along there. That gives you your 1-inch strip. Then you take your scissors and you want to cut that strip as straight as you can. Okay, so now we've got that strip that will fit around the can. Okay, so you probably have gotten several beautiful colors of construction paper, or Miss Robin has some color paper at home that she has used. So cut yourself 5 of those strips. 5 strips should go around your can. Okay, so I'll give you a minute to do that. If you have to press pause, do so now and get your strips all cut. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is start putting our strips around our can. You may use tape, or I have the glue stick that I kind of like to use. And you notice I left the label on because the glue needed something to stick to rather than just the plain can. It was kind of helpful. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue in the center of my strip. And it doesn't matter you want the front of the can or the back of the can, it doesn't matter. I'll start, I guess, with the front of the can. And there is a little edge to your can that probably doesn't have any label on it. I'll show you what I mean. There's like a little edge around here at the bottom of the can. So I've already started gluing my strip to the can. And you probably just need some glue here on the end. Pull that around and just kind of hold that for just a few seconds and it'll stick. And then you want to glue the other end. Okay? See here? And we're going to go ahead and meet in the back there. See? See how cool that is? Now, we're going to get the second strip ready. So once again, you want to glue kind of in the center. And you kind of want to give it just a little bit of overlapping there of the first strip that you've got on. Maybe about that much. Okay? And bring that around. Glue it. And we'll glue this other end. You kind of want to try to get them to meet and match a little bit, okay? Like so. You kind of want your ends to meet and match up, okay? So you continue to do that with all of your other strips, all the way up to the top of the can, okay? You want it kind of sort of to look like this when you're finished. Now for the eyes, I told you to get a dime because we're going to take that dime and what we're going to do with it, we're going to trace around that dime to make the white of the eyeball. Okay? Going to make 2 of them. And then cut those out. Okay. There we go. And they don't have to be perfect. So there's one eyeball that I've cut out. And then your paper punch, you want to punch out the center of the eyeball. Like, what is that called? The iris? You want to make a punch out of that. Okay. See, Did I get my black one? No, I didn't get the black one out. Where did he go? I don't know where he went. Here, let's try it again. There he is. And then you just need a little bit of glue on him to stick him. I would stick it kind of like in the center of the eyeball. Like so. Okay? There's an eyeball looking at you. Okay? Now, I have these fancy punches, so this is what I did, and it made it just so much more easier, of course, than cutting them out, but using that dime works too. And then I use this one for my little black irises. Okay, so that's what I have here on the front of my can. So then you glue those eyeballs, like, oh, probably up in the top color, you know, whatever color you've chosen to go around your can. And then what's really important is we're going to write on this, Jesus is with me and for me. You know, boys and girls, as we get back to school, sometimes there might be some days where you feel like, oh, gosh, I'm just kind of lonely. My friends might be doing something different than I'm doing. But you know what? Jesus is always a friend that's always there with you. So he's always with you and he's always for you. In fact, I think Jesus is probably your #1 fan. He loves you very much. Well, boys and girls, when you get your pencil holder done, what are we going to do? We're going to put our new pencils in there. And then if you have a desk at home, or maybe a bookshelf, or maybe right by the telephone, you know, you can always be sure to find your pencils in your pencil holder. Now, that's all I have for Miss Robin's Craft Corner this week. But next week, make sure that you save a toilet paper roll, just one. I just brought 3 because I had 3 already at home. So you just need a toilet paper roll for next week. Now, you guys have a great week at school, and I know that Otto kind of felt like he wasn't really ready to get back to school yet because he kind of had some trouble at the end of last year, didn't he? But I'm sure that he's going to ask his teacher to forgive him for what he did accidentally, and everything will be forgiven, and he's going to ask Jesus to forgive him of just holding on to that, and he's going to go back to school with a big smile on his face, and I hope you do too. Now let us know how your week went at school, and we hope you have a great one. We'll see you next week, and don't forget an empty toilet paper roll. Bye, everybody.